I stand by everything that I said yesterday.
What's going on, guys? ダンカマヨシです。というわけで今回は ESPN のレポーターでスティーブン A って人がおるんやけど、この人とウエストブルックのやりとりがあって、それが結構面白かったんで、そこを今回見ていこうって感じです。そして本題に入る前に少しだけレイカーズのドラモンドについて、デビュー戦1試合目にして足の爪を負傷したと。どうやら第1クォーターで相手チームのブルック・ロペスがドラモンドの足の指を踏んでしまったとして爪が剥がれたみたいやね。そして最新情報によると、彼はこのキングス戦に向けてサクラメントへは帯同しないようで、でもレイカーズとしては今日の記事では1試合2試合ぐらいで戻ってこれることを予測してると。まあ今後ね、この彼やレブロン、そしてアンソニー・デイビスの怪我の情報は随時ツイッターでアップしていきたいと思ってるんで、気になる方はツイッターチェックしてください。そして今回もね、もし楽しんでもらえたらチャンネル登録お願いします。それとコメントであなたが思うウエストブルックの選手像をコメントしてください。私が思うウエストブルックはホネララホネララとか、全然長く書いてもらってもいいし、あなたから彼がどう見えてるのか書いてみてください。最優秀コメントは固定します。それでは本題行きましょう。まず事の発端はウエストブルックがちょっと前の試合でトリプルダブル出したんやけど、その時のスタッツがえげつなくて、35得点、21アシスト、そして14リバウンドととんでもない数字を出して、自分もね、もちろん動画で取り上げさせてもらったんやけど、この ESPN のレポータースティーブン A スミスさんが翌日にこのようなコメントを出しました。
Westbrook's numbers last night mean absolutely nothing to me because even though that's great numbers, that's what Westbrook can do. We all know this. He's a former league MVP. He's the most athletic point guard we have ever seen in NBA history. You in the same conference as Steph Curry for years. You struggling from three-point range. You going up against Dame Dollar, Dame Time. The three-point shot ain't there. Kevin Durant departs. You don't make it out of the first round until you get to Houston last year. Last year in Houston, he was an MVP candidate, averaging 27, 7, and 7, okay? But in the playoffs, they obviously folded because they were going up against the Lakers and they were just overmatched. We understand that. You want out. So what do? You end up going to Washington. Now, I understand that I get to look at coaching because Scott Brooks should have some explaining to do to have the absolute worst defense in basketball. Any coach that has the worst defense in basketball should have some explaining to do. They are ranked 30th in the league in points allowed. But Bradley Beal and you are in the backcourt together, and y'all are 17 and 28 in the Eastern Conference. And you're Russell Westbrook, and I want to remind everybody who the teammates have been. Kevin Durant was your teammate. Harden was your teammate not once but twice. Reggie Jackson was your teammate. Serge Ibaka was your teammate. Victor Oladipo was your teammate. Paul George was your teammate. Bradley Beal is your teammate. I mean, damn. You've played with some great, great players over the years, some talent, and not a single title to show for it. So to me, if I'm going to look at everybody else, whether it's LeBron and Kyrie and Steph and everybody else, I got to look at that too. The numbers are the numbers. That's Russell Westbrook. He could do that to anybody. But I'm at a point in time in his career where it's like, it ain't about that no more. It's about whether or not you can get to another level to win the chip.
まあ要はこんなトリプルダブルで喜んでる場合ではないとっていうのはチームの成績がとても悪いから、そしてそんなことよりも彼の場合は優勝していくことを考える方が大事なんだと。すごいきついこと言ってるなーって感じた人もおるかもしれんけど、このスティーブン A って人は結構ウエストブルックだけではなくて様々な選手に対してきついことを言うってことで有名なんよね。だから全然今回に限ったことではないし、俺は正直全然驚かんかった。なんか日本でも昔なんかスポーツ番組できついこと言ってる人おったよね。カーツとか言って。今もやっとるかわからんけど、張本さんやったかな。まああと彼が言ったことに関しては、この今撮影してる本日もウィザーズはピストンズにボロ負けしたんやけど、このディフェンスがめちゃくちゃ悪いってことでコーチには説明義務があると、そういう風に言っとったんやけど、そこは確かにねコーチの責任やし、はっきりそこについて何を考えてるのか知りたいよね。でもまあこのウエストブルックのコメントに対してウエストブルックの奥さんニーナさんがブチ切れたと。そしてこのウエストブルック本人もこれに関してコメントを残しており、
No, I sit back. I don't say much. I don't like to go back and forth about people. But one thing I won't allow to happen anymore is let people create narratives and constantly just talking shit for no reason about me. Because I lay it on the line every night. And I use my platform to be able to help people all across the world. And nobody can take that away from me. I've been blessed to be able to have a platform to do it. And like I said before, a championship don't change my life. I'm happy. I was a champion once I made it to the NBA. Like I grew up in the streets. I'm a champion. Like nobody can. I don't have to be an NBA champion. I know many people that got NBA champions that's miserable. Have done nothing for their community. Have done nothing for the people in our world. And for me, man, my legacy, like I mentioned before, is not based on what I do on this court. I'm not gonna play basketball my whole life. My legacy is what I do off the floor. How many people I'm able to impact and inspire along my journey, man. And that's how I keep my head down and keep it pushing, because it's very important that you don't let the negativity seep in, because it's been like that my whole career. Honestly, there's no other player that kind of takes the heat that I take constantly, but I take it as positive, because obviously I'm doing something right if people are talking about me. And that's how I feel.
このコメントも結構次の日に話題になってて、というのはウエストブルックが彼にとって大事なことはコート外での活動、そして彼は NBA に入った時点でチャンピオンであってチャンピオンになる必要はないと。でも正直俺も最初にこれ聞いた時に違和感を覚えて、っていうのは優勝する必要がないっていうのは嘘やろと。自分はウエストブルックの特にダンクが好きで、彼のオクラホマ時代からずーっと見とるし、大好きな選手のうちの一人で、自分の好きな選手ベスト3にも入っとるよね、ウエストブルックは。それぐらい大好きなんやけど、そしてずーっとウエストブルックを見てる自分としては優勝したくないっていうのは嘘やろと。っていうのは彼が優勝したいっていう気持ちが画面越しに毎年毎年かなり伝わっとったから。そしてもちろんこれを聞いてまたスティーブン A が反応して。
It wasn't just Russell Westbrook that commented. It was his wonderful wife. I believe her name is Nina, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I first want to respond to some of the things that she had to say, because she had some jabs to throw in my direction. Let me say to Miss Nina Westbrook, by all accounts, a wonderful woman. Nothing changes that. I appreciate her comments more than she realizes. If anybody's expecting me to go at the wife of an NBA player, if you talk about somebody being absolutely defenseless, I'm not going after anybody's wife, anybody's family members, anybody's mamas, or anybody like that. I'm not doing anything like that. I respect them all, and I respect her. And I want to applaud her, because guess what? If I get married someday, I'd want my wife to come to my defense like that. My lady, I'd want her to come to my defense like that. I don't care who it is. So I applaud her coming to the defense of her husband. And for anybody out there that thinks that I have a problem with her based on what she said in defense of her husband, I do not, because she is no fan of mine. And based on my comments yesterday, I don't blame her. Having said all of that, respectfully, it does not matter to me. I stand by everything that I said yesterday. We know what you can do with the numbers. What about the chip? What about the championship? Because you've been to 4 conference finals. Now, if this was Zion Williamson, we praise in the numbers. If it was Luka, we praise in the numbers. If it was somebody that never was on a championship caliber team, we gonna praise the numbers and lament the fact that he's got to carry this shoulder all by himself. That is not Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a man that signed a 5-year, $206 million contract. Russell Westbrook is making generational money, as he pointed out last night. Russell Westbrook is averaging over $41 million a year. And championships don't matter? Really? That's not the culture of basketball I come from. Russell Westbrook makes his money because fans patronize the NBA product, because television networks respond to the fans' insatiable appetite for that product, and they pay the league an exorbitant amount of money, which enables the league to pay the players. You don't do it so somebody could sit back and say, championships don't matter. I'm a champion in life. Who said you weren't? Russell Westbrook from Long Beach, California. Russell Westbrook's from the streets of LA and Long Beach and beyond. Russell Westbrook is as real, as authentic as they get. He gives to his community. He cares about his people. He addresses social justice issues. He gives voices to the voiceless. He's charitable. He's philanthropic. He's by all accounts, a great man, a great leader, a great husband, a great father, a great family man. Russell Westbrook, regardless of his mean and acerbic demeanor at times, is one of the best people, the most real, straight up, authentic people you will ever see in your life. I respect the hell out of the man. What does that have to do with your game? Damian Lillard sent you home. Donovan Mitchell sent you home. James Harden sent you home. All along the way, and Kevin Durant left. In your career, you have had Kevin Durant, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, Victor Oladipo, Paul George, James Harden again, and now Bradley Beal. And we want to celebrate triple doubles, 40 plus games into our regular season. When it comes to you, no. You're great. You're so great. We want to see more when it matters.
まあすごく長かったけど、とりあえず奥さんに関しては何も言うつもりはないし、逆にリスペクトをしてると。だけどウエストブルックに関しての意見は変えるつもりはないと。まあ彼が言っとったように若い選手とか、スターツで盛り上がるような選手はたくさんいるけど、ウエストブルックは違うと。彼はもうそのようなレベルにはいなくて、優勝を目指さなければいけないと。個人的にはね、彼が言ってることはすごく刺さって、間違ってることは言ってないなと思ったんやけど、相変わらずちょっときつかったよね。いや、自分としても本当に優勝する必要ないとか言わんで、がむしゃらにね、八村と一緒にウィザーズを引っ張って優勝を目指していってほしいよね。そして皆さんも今回のこの一連の流れを見て思うことはたくさんあったと思うんですけど、あなたの意見もぜひぜひコメントしてください。そして今回もいいなと思ったら高評価お願いします。はい、ってな感じで今回以上です。ご視聴ありがとうございました。